Hey guys, it's Vehicle Hunter, reunited once again with my crack cameraman and editor-in-chief, Ricardo. Glad to be back in the great state of Maryland. Today I am bringing you something that you wish nobody would ever bring you. A 25-year-old Camry. This is the ubiquitous Camry. This is the Camry that when The Onion wanted to do an article about reliable cars, they did the Camry. And if you look for that, it says Toyota recalls 1993 Camry due to the fact that the owners should have replaced it by now. But of course, a lot of people didn't replace them because they just kept on running. This is the body style of the early 90s Camry. It was kind of a bubbly wide body for a Camry. Not a whole lot of trouble spots on these Camrys. If you can look, this is the top of the line model of the era. This is the V6 XLE with color matched handles for the doors, and one of the trouble spots on some Toyotas were those handles. So you can see this is an aftermarket one done here in black. Other than that, you'd be hard pressed to find a trouble spot on this era of Camry. This one I picked up recently. It is, like I said, the V6 model. Has 133,000 miles on it. Being the top of the line, it had the sunroof. It has power seats in the front. And it still has that Camry smell. So this is the back of our Camry. The interior has held up pretty well. Again, this is a 93 and we are in 2020. So this is over 25 years old. Floor mats still looking good. Console still looking good. These seats do comfortably accommodate 3 passengers in the back. They fold down to give you storage space to carry longer items if you needed to put your skis or your snowboard, surfboard, lumber, bring it back from the hardware store. Leg room. I'm a 6-footer and I'm the one who did the front seat like this. So even for a 6-footer, I mean, that's plenty of room for me. Comfortable, good headroom, good leg room. I am satisfied. One of the competitors with this car from the era was the Honda Accord, another 4-door sedan by a Japanese company with a reputation for being ultra reliable. The way you can tell that this is not a Honda Accord from that era is because there's no rust here. All the Honda Accords and Civics tend to rust out right here. And the Camry has held up quite well in that area. Let's take a look at what we have for space in the trunk. Well, looks like a good sized trunk. I mean, if I had to be kidnapped and taken away in somebody's trunk, this would be high up on the list of trunks that I'd like to be taken away in. It's a relic of a bygone era, the full-size spare. Oh yeah. Let's see, attachment right there for our jack turner.
Oh, nice.
These held up good, right? I mean, this 93, 2003, 2013, and we're in 2020. So we're 27 years old, and the 2021s are out already. So this is...
That's kind of odd. That's an odd feature.
What's that?
Plastic headlights.
For that long ago?
The Accords have glass headlights, and they're not, you know, all faded.
Right.
That's kind of odd.
Transmission shifter here with an overdrive button. We've got 2 choices for the transmission mode. Very simple dash. I love, that's what I like about old cars so much. First of all, we've got an adjustable wheel. I always like the adjustable wheels. Let me put the key in this thing so I can get this wheel to turn. Is that going to affect our sound too much, or we'll be okay? All right. So clearly we've got a hole in the muffler. I've got my old school ashtray here. I've got my cup holders. Now back in the day, cup holders were not so popular. I guess people didn't drink as much. Not sure really what you would put in this little cubby. Here is the armrest cubby. Back then you would put your cassettes in there, I guess. Aftermarket radio, air conditioning still working good. Look at how simple the controls are. You want it cold, you put it on the blue. You want it hot, you put it on the red. Then it's simply high or low. Where do you want it to blow at? Both your feet and your face, just your feet. Feet and defroster, defroster only, rear defroster. Recirculate the air or take fresh air from outside. Got some vents here. We've got our hazards, our 4-ways, depending on what part of the country you're from. Nice clock on the wall. Then over here we've got a switch to brighten and dim our dash lights. We've got our electric mirrors. And old school here, we've got a parking brake release up here. So the 93 Camry still had the parking brake on the floor where you press with your foot and then release it up here, as opposed to a modern car which might have it here. Then we've got our door lock controls and our windows. One touch auto for the driver, at least to go down, looks like not up. And regular window controls for the passengers. We've got our sunroof, moonroof, I guess I should say. You can do the tilt option. Or work the slide action. That's a nice size sunroof. The interior of this car is still nice.
Doesn't feel like it's a car that's outdated. Sure, it looks like very 90s, but I think it still looks good. You know, it looks kind of like a mini version of the Toyota Avalon. And I think this is probably one of the reasons people buy the Camrys. They don't mind paying a little bit more for gas and keeping a car for a very long time. So perhaps that's the person that is going to get this. It's somebody that wants a car to keep for a very long time. This one looks pretty good. With a little bit of a wax job, it's going to look almost brand new. Alright guys, that's the Toyota Camry. I will see you in the next video. Bye.